Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is my honor to speak with you today. I am Dr. Diane, and this is Too Soon to Stop, the How to Reinvent Yourself channel for those who want to make a change in their lives or mature people like myself who have no desire to retire. I want to continue to contribute and help others by sharing over 3 decades of lessons learned as an emergency room physician and entrepreneur. Let me start with a couple of powerful definitions. Virtuous means having high moral standards. Hustle, which means to obtain by forceful action or persuasion. Other than being virtuous, hustle is almost equally as important. It dictates what our work ethic is and ultimately can, and in many instances, does lead to success. Hard work. Pure, purposeful hard work. Hard work with an end game in mind. With hard work, no one can take away the final result from you. I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and you may not have either, but you can work hard and out-hustle anybody with determination and focus. This is how I made it, and so can you. This is how I became a top performer for years in my group of emergency medicine physicians after years of being told I would never be good enough to be a doctor because I am female, black, or grew up poor. Furthermore, when I started out in the 1980s, anyone with a desire and talent could work in the emergency department. However, the rules of the game changed in the middle of the game, and hospitals, especially in large hospitals in large cities, would only allow board-certified residency-trained emergency medicine physicians to work in their emergency departments. This eliminated me and multiple other talented doctors with years of experience from pursuing emergency medicine in their hospitals. Yep, despite decades of experience, we were passed over for the new graduates who had the residency training that was now required, despite this not even being available at many training facilities, including mine at the time of my training. Yes, there were still possibilities for practice, but these needed to be rooted out and usually were located in smaller, more rural facilities, which is how I was able to land my position. Grateful for the position and opportunity, I worked very hard, hustled, and as a result, my work spoke for itself and no one could deny it or minimize it. I was the top performer for several years because I was a hard-working team player who played according to the rules, virtue. I did not see the need to compete against anyone but myself, so that is what I did, and the results spoke for themselves. So, what I was told for many years that I could not practice emergency medicine because I was either not board certified was proven to be untrue. So why do I do this? Because I was determined to make it. It gives me superpower to prove the naysayer wrong, and even though it was very painful and arduous path, I wound up being the victor. Yes, I tried other avenues, such as working in other areas, such as urgent care, doing school physicals, or occupational health, doing pre-employment physicals. I found this to be so boring and unfulfilling that I quickly knew I had to pursue my beloved emergency medicine, despite all the obstacles and naysayers telling me no. In the end, instead of feeling like a loser victim of circumstances, I was a victor because of virtue and hustle. One of the most esteemed top performing positions in my emergency medicine group, full of board certified residency trained emergency medicine physicians was mine for years. So why is this so important? The fact of the matter is that we all know that we are only here for a few years. We all want to make a difference and want our lives to matter. We all want to be a hero in some shape or form. A dad wants to be a hero to his son. One of the main driving forces of doctors is that we are seen as saviors in our patients' eyes. We become heroes from that perspective. We want to be the driving force and make a difference in others' lives. My vehicle of being a savior is my beloved emergency medicine. I, like every hero, love to gallop in on my horse, like the cavalry, to save the day. I'll save you is what we say to our patients in so many words, and then gallop off into the sunset when the mission is completed. Our self-esteem is tied up in this. Look at me. I saved you. You're welcome. Unfortunately, this line of thinking can be flawed because it can become codependent if it is taken to the extreme. So how do we avoid becoming codependent? One of the most important things to keep in mind is boundaries. To include the person's emotion in your reality in order to come up with a solution to help them. Do not replace their emotions with your emotions. Include, but do not replace. Replacing leads down to a pathological path that will only lead to trouble for both you and the one needing help. It is so important to realize that we are here to help, not to enable. Speak truth, but then move on to the next thing. This may seem harsh at first because it is and can be misinterpreted, but if taken in the proper perspective and context, it is what the difference is made between being an effective, empathetic listener and one who is overly sympathetic and thus loses effectiveness as a leader and healer. If I see a patient in great pain from, let's say, a car accident, I have a decision to make. I can go in the room with the patient and start moaning and crying and falling all over myself with the patient being touched by my ability to see their pain. What does this do for the effectiveness of a caretaker, though? On one hand, it will show others that I am in touch with what is going on with them. But on the other hand, it virtually eliminates my effectiveness as an objective healthcare provider. Objective caretaker is what is desperately needed by the patient, not some loud, blathering idiot of a human. So instead, I go in the room and express words like, I am sorry for your pain. Let me help you with some medication to lessen the effects of your unfortunate accident. The difference is I am helping the accident victim by addressing their pain, but not to the point where I am replacing their emotion with mine, making me an ineffective physician. The same line of thinking can be applied to other areas such as parenting. We love our children. We want no harm to come to them and can't understand why everyone in the world doesn't love them the way we do. Fact of the matter is, it is our responsibilities as leaders and parents to do just that. Parent. When a shoulder is needed, we provide it, but if we are going to produce a productive member of society, we teach coping skills so that our children can move on and go on to be the successful, high-yielding members of society that the world desperately needs. By all means, keep in mind that we all have our own unique and different ways that we can make a difference in the world. With focus, we can do this. Till next time, praying for your success and wishing you the very best.